questions. It's a good ball game. Guys played hard. And, points off the turnovers maybe was the difference in the game. We gave them too many good looks from three, a couple in transition, a couple in our zone, and they responded. 11 for 27. If you'd have told me before the game we were going to go 6 for 21 from three, and they were going to go 11 for 27, I wouldn't have liked our chances too much. So, but guys, again, the turnovers were a big factor, and us being able to get some baskets there. And I thought Jovan just had a great second half. I think he was 6 for 7 from the field, and just really had a good second half. And so it's a good win. The crowd was great, students were great, and gave us a little extra energy to finish it off.
Any certain sense that this team's just starting to believe more and more as the weeks go by and that fruit started accumulating?
Well, it's got to help them to, Washington's just a big physical team, I mean, they just look like a good basketball team, and the depth is awfully good. We shoot the ball well from Henry. Thomas is a great guard. They got all the pieces, so, beating a team like that, Lorenzo does such a great job, they're competitive, they're well coached, when you beat a team like that, that you've done something, so today was a significant win, because the guys beat a really good team and a really well coached team, and so that was a good game for us.
Dana, the 9 steals over the course of the game, when you get down to the end of the game, and you guys end up taking just 3 more shots than them, and you win by 5, and of course the free throws factor in, but the 9 steals were huge.
Yeah, those points, the turnovers and the points off the turnovers were huge, and Melton's 5 steals, at big times, really were a big factor. So, the activity and, guys doubling down the post in the first half, getting a couple steals, and because they really hurt us inside, and so I thought that activity and those 9 steals again, points off the turnovers were a big factor in our favor.
Coach, team looks so confident in the first half. I mean, you had 2 guys go for high-flying dunks. Did you kind of have to tell them, slow it down a little bit, or did you like the pace of how it was going?
Well, I didn't like some of our shots the first half. They weren't rhythm, and I had no problem with guys missing the dunks. I mean, I thought both of those were aggressive plays. Anytime you go to the basket, and that's just an aggressive play. I don't have any problem with that. But we had just a couple of shots that just weren't in rhythm, and just didn't need to be taken. So I didn't. I told the team after the game. I said our area to improve is our execution, and communication off or defensively was not as good as it was the other night, Thursday night. So I thought in that regard we took a little step back with our defensive communication, and I didn't like our execution at the time. I thought we were slow-mo there a few times. We weren't getting up there to set the picks, and our ball movement wasn't crisp, and that led to some shots that I thought weren't quite as good as what we could have got.
You guys made 8 more free throws than they attempted. Was getting to the line something you emphasized going in, or something that you adjusted to?
Well, I'm not sure how many of those came late, but a lot of them were fouling us late. I know EJ did 4, so we had quite a few of those late, and and Joe going at the basket, drew a number of those fouls to get him in, to get us into 1-and-1, to get us, at that point where we could shoot some free throws. So, anytime, if you notice, if the ball goes through Jovan, a lot of good things have happened, So, we got to keep getting him the ball, and people have sensed that. We saw some double teams again tonight. They're trying to do a better job of keeping the ball in his hands in a lot of situations, and we're going to see that. Anytime you go out, he just missed 2 double-doubles back-to-back, and you're shooting above 50%, and, if he hits a couple more free throws, that's one heck of a game, 3 steals, he's playing, and we're riding him pretty hard.
How do you think their belief in themselves has changed, say, over the last 4 weekends when you kind of keep beating better teams each time out?
Well, I think they're a lot more confident now. They're more confident in themselves. They're more confident in, I think our execution is getting better. They know where their shots are coming from, which gives them a little sense of confidence. You know, I really like the way they're kind of trusting each other to make plays. You know, again, we had 21 assists on 28 buckets today. You know, that's a great stat. And 21 assists and 8 turnovers, I guarantee we'd take that every night. So, you know, that just tells me that they're trusting each other, they're trying to make plays for each other. You know, those are two really good stats, I think.
I was just going to actually talk about that. The fact that you guys only had 8 turnovers in the game. I mean, obviously that's something that you would take, but in a game like this, is that something you would expect coming in? You guys wouldn't.
Now with their athleticism, you know, I thought we did a pretty good job, you know, not forcing some things. I don't think we got them as much in transition as I wanted. You know, I didn't think we ran as much. I think we got more balls in transition, you know, breaking our press, and we didn't rotate our communication. They got some wide open threes that I hated to see. But no, we'll take 8 turnovers. You know, anytime you hit 10 or less, you're elated as a coach, you know. And when you score 81 points and only have 8 turnovers, you're really fired up. Because usually, you know, if you only have 8 turnovers, that means you slow the game down and you're working the clock and there's not many possessions. There were a lot of possessions in tonight's game. You know, we shot 62 times. You know, there were a lot of possessions in this game, and so 8 turnovers is pretty good.
Dana, as this conference season got going, your team was getting called gritty and, you know, feisty and all that kind of stuff, and now it seems like the execution, as you mentioned, is kind of catching up to that, but they still have that grit, because, I mean, you guys go up against a team, against Washington, that's, you know, I guess on paper, athletically superior, but you somehow beat them.
No, you know, that's competitiveness and the group getting together, and, you know, we've got Jovan and EJ made some big shots. Tyrone had another good ball game. So guys have made tremendous progress, and like I said, they make plays for each other. So I thought we played well as a team. We really fed off those turnovers a little bit, and then we had the advantage today. That crowd was great. You know, I mean, I don't know how many points you equate that to, but today that was, you know, both teams were a little tired from Thursday night ball game, quick turnaround. I thought the energy from the crowd, you know, the difference in the game. You know, every time a game got to a 2-point game, the crowd was energetic. You know, the defense picked up a little bit. So, you know, in a game like that, you know, crowd makes a big difference. And you know, I just thought it was a great atmosphere today. And like I said, students make a difference, crowd made a difference. It got noisy in there a few times, and I think that really helped. Especially on Saturday when you're playing that second game, that energy helps.
You seem to go quite a bit more with Malcolm and handling the ball in the point second half. Just better matchup against their defense.
Well, he was just playing good, and not that Johnny played poorly. You know, I just thought he was playing good, and so I just stayed with him. You know, he had, you know, a couple shots that, like I said, I'd like to see him go to the basket a little bit more. But defensively, you know, he big steals, and you know, he made some plays. So, but you know, again, Johnny did a nice job, and I thought Johnny made some really good assists. And you know, about the turnover versus their press there, he went the wrong direction. He just drew it up, and you know, got us a 5-second count. You know, he ran right where Jovan was supposed to catch the ball. So, you know, his focus there. But he played a lot of minutes second half, and we kind of wore him out handling the ball. But you know, down late, he made good plays. But he had a great game, and Johnny played okay too.
How big of a win is this for against a ranked team moving forward? You know, a lot of teams in this situation, you play a team tough but not really long. Just in terms of moving forward and having something to show your guys that, hey, the hard work can pay off and get an actual reward for something like this.
Well, you know, in any situation, a little success goes a long way. You know, if you got a student and you study real hard for a test and you pass the test and do really well on it, you get all fired up, and you know, the next test you got a little more confidence. And we're going to UCLA, a team that beat us here, and you know, I hope our guys have a little more confidence to go there. And we've got a couple road wins, so you know, it's very similar to taking a test and doing well. You just feel like you can go back to class and do a good job. Well, I hope the guys show up Monday and feel like okay, but again, I don't think we're anywhere near where we can get to. I think we can execute better, and we can definitely communicate a lot better on the defense. We gave up some easy baskets today that we don't have to give up. And so we're just gonna keep working but to answer your question, yeah, the guys should feel good and they should have a little more confidence. They passed the big test today. And I hope that they come to practice Monday and ready to go.
Coach, you talked about Jovan and Tyrone having a big game down low. Is it really important in the future to establish a player down low? Like tonight, we're only 2 points off, points in the paint with Washington being a big school.
Well, inside out is a big part of what we want to do. You know, the reason I took the quick timeout, we took 4 threes and the ball never got inside. You know, and then we come out and we throw it to Jovan, he gets a double, we kick it out, and then EJ hits one. You know, those first 4 threes, we never tried to throw anything through Jovan. I don't even know if he touched the ball. So yeah, you've got to have an inside presence, and you don't have to shoot it in every time, but you got to get the ball in the paint, either driving it or posting it. And I was really upset. You know, we were really pretty thrilled with ourselves. Those first 4 threes, I mean, we throw the ball to Jovan, and so anyway, you know, then the guys do a little better job. I'm not saying we don't want to take threes because that's a big part of our offense, but inside out, you know, we got to get that ball inside some, and so running everything through Jovan there, and at least letting him touch it, let the defense worry about him, and then it makes a few more plays for guys. So, you know, getting the ball inside, getting the ball to Tyrone inside, EJ inside, and then you know, making a play from there is important. And even our offense picked up when Malcolm got in the paint, threw it out, or Johnny got in the paint and threw it out. You know, because we got the ball in the paint, made him guard that. And then we were not successful late because Thomas was taking the ball to the paint. We got him slowed down. I mean, he's had 4 layups there. And really discouraging there because we know we can't give up those baskets, and we just did a poor job. Giovanni had 4 fouls. He didn't want to get over. JR didn't fight the dribble very well. So we had a lot of work to do. But inside offensively, Jovan and Tyrone are really important.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.